Hey Kenya. Hey guys. I'm a little late today. I had a couple later readings here. And now I'm realizing I don't have my cards. Let me see if I'm a little late today. I had a couple later readings here. And now I'm realizing I don't have my cards. Let me see if somebody I don't have my cards. Let me see if somebody can. Hey guys. I don't know how people are gonna come through today. It's a Saturday night. People might be busy. But I figure I'd go live, even though it's a little bit later than my typical time, okay? But it should be fine. Hey, True Prophetess. I'm waiting for my cards. You can ask questions. I can still use spirit to answer, but I do feel more comfortable with my cards. So as you're coming in, please feel free to ask questions. Hey, Keisha. Hi, Anna. Uh, I'm trying to do a moderator this time, you guys. So let's see here. Oh, that's not what I meant to do. Sorry, I'm gonna take you down. Sorry. It's on one of my desks, either the one in there or the one over here. Thank you. Is John upset about the letter I sent him? Let's see. Mm. I'm gonna say I do feel like there's some. I think it's going to turn around, but there's definitely you put things in that letter that was definitely things he needed to think about. Okay, I think that's why he hasn't responded yet. This is the person like in contemplation, trying to like figure out the right things to say. I think when they first read it, they may have taken it the wrong way, so it's definitely like nail in the coffin. Like this is it. So I think that was part of it. Hey, Queen. I think that's a big part of it, actually. So the I want you to. I do feel like he comes around. Okay, just be a little bit softer. I do feel like he comes back, and to be honest, I do feel like this is a person for you right now. Okay, I hope that makes sense. This feels like this is one of your like soulmate type of people. Okay. Hi, Queen. How have you been? Will my son be able to enlist in the military, or will he join the workforce? Mm. I'm gonna be honest. This was like I do. It's gonna be a little bit of a struggle, and I only say that because I feel like there may be an underlying health issue that they find. My back is starting to hurt. It could be something about the way their back aligns. They're just gonna have to get a note, okay? I feel like there's some sort of form that has to be filled out, and they'll be fine. So don't worry about that. I do think they'll be able to enlist. Okay. And it's also going to change them a lot, just so you're aware, which is expected, right? I was in the army, so changes you a lot, teaches you a lot. Thank you, Sylvia. Thank you, Ems. Is Lupe thinking of me, Sylvia? Let's see. Yes. Yes, they are. Okay. They're, not only are they thinking of you, I don't know if you've left them or if it's like I'm concerned that you're moving on, that you're going to move on. Okay. That's the energy I'm feeling. So it's like they're thinking about that. So they're thinking about you moving on. All right. And it doesn't sit well with them. They miss you. All right. It doesn't make them feel good. Jessica, can I trust S again? Thank you, Sylvia. Mm. No, absolutely not. Okay, I'm sorry. I feel like they're trying to give the energy that they've changed, okay, but they have not. Okay, the energy remains the same, but they're trying to prove that they changed, but in fact, they are still the same. I feel like that is facade is going to go away and they're going to show themselves again. All right, so just kind of be aware of that. Pay attention for the signs. 'Cause I do think they're going to be there. And then you'll have to make a decision then. But I don't think that they've actually changed. What will my daughter's future be like? Let's see. Oh, very good. Um, I think financially she's going to be doing very well. I don't know if she in. I feel like she's a very pretty girl, and I actually feel like she's doing something. Thank you so much for the heart exodus. Hey, thank you, Kimberly. I feel like she's doing something that has to do with her looks. Okay, this could be modeling, acting. Think of something in that nature. She could even be a creator, something like that. But I think her looks are involved. Okay, and I think she does very well with that. Okay, maybe get her into modeling. Vic, Vic, are there any friendships coming towards me, or is there a message for me regarding friendships? Victoria, you need to start cutting people off immediately. That's what came up, okay? Um, you may have actually, and then to be honest, I feel like you've done that already, okay, and you're kind of in the next phase of that, and I need you to know you needed to do that. There was some very toxic friendship energy around you, okay, which is great. I'm glad you started doing that work. You have to start looking for friends in different places. I feel like you're not sure how to make friends, like as if your friends that you had came from work, school, that type of thing, and you're not sure how to create friends. You may have also had long-term friendships, right? So I feel like you don't know how to make friends anymore. um you kind of got to start getting out there and looking. I'm also feeling like you may have a child. Okay, look for people who are moms. All right, I hope that makes sense. Look for other people that are, if not, you need mother energy to con. You look for that. Okay, I hope that makes sense to you. You need mother energy, actually, Spirit is saying, because you carry a lot. Who is trying? All right, will I be approved for a home within the next month? Yes, you do. It is going to be a difficult path, okay? I think whoever this male figure, there's an emperor here, whoever this male figure is that you may be getting this home with, I feel like they're going to make it a little more difficult than it needs to be, okay? They're looking at things from a negative perspective, all right? So they're going to try to trip you up a little bit, so you just stay positive. But it works out well for you, okay? Well, my commercial deal closed this month of July, Domo Dash. It does. I'm going to say it takes a little more time. So, towards probably the end of the month, I feel like you're not going to get the answer when you thought you were. So, if they told you, you'll know in a week. Expect it to take a little longer. I don't think that's on purpose. I think something has to be figured out. There needs to be another okay somewhere. I hope that makes sense. And it takes a while for that person to get back with the final stamp of approval. All right. And then it does work out. The sun comes out. All right. So I do feel like you're going to get that. Hey, Queen, to you too. I see you. Thank you. Kelly, does Andrew want to be in a relationship with me? Mm. It's not that he doesn't want to be in a relationship. He doesn't know how to be in a relationship, to be honest. I feel like relationships don't really work out well for this person. Okay. I think they cause some problems when there doesn't need to be a problem. Like they're afraid of the commitment, possibly. That's what I'm getting. They're afraid of the commitment. All right. And it's crazy because they're not afraid to act like and do things that a girlfriend or boyfriend would do. It's something about the title that makes them feel uncomfortable, as if that changes how they have to show up. Like if putting a title on it makes me feel like, well, now I got to do my best. Okay. But without the title, I can just keep saying, well, we're not girlfriend or boyfriend. So, that type of energy. Like you're asking for things, and I'm like, yeah, but you're not my girl. Like that type of energy. Okay. So I don't think they know how to be in a relationship. Hi, Carrie. Thank you for the follows, guys, and thank you for the gifts. Okay. Well, Cam and I be in a healthy relationship. Thank you, G. Thank you, Kimberly. Cam and I be in a healthy relationship. Mm, there's a lot of change would need to happen, and I feel like there's a lot of this relationship weighs on you. I feel like they're not putting their best foot or a foot honestly forward, right? I feel like they're the ones kind of. breaking things. Okay, like a bull in a china shop energy. All right. I don't think that's, unless they change that, I don't think it's going to work out for you. You actually, your energy feels very calm. Okay, like I don't want chaos. I like things to be tidy. I like things to be neat. That's your energy. And this person feels like the person, honestly, just destroying things. All right. So I don't think that it's going to be healthy with this person, but it's not because you're not capable of being healthy. All right. I think that's what you want. All right. And I think that is like the energy that you put out. I also see that that's how you are within your household. And I feel like there's other people around you that are chaotic. So, no, not with this person, but you can have that, just not with them. Okay. Tammy, will I get accepted into nursing cohort? Yes, you do. I do feel like this may require some kind of move or shift in a direction. Okay, don't be afraid to make that move. Um, I don't necessarily feel like it's like out of state. I feel like though it's further than you wanted to travel. Wherever this cohort is, I feel like it's a bit of a drive. Okay. But I do feel like you get it. Go take it. I know it's gonna feel like, oh my goodness, I gotta drive like a whole hour, like something like that. Okay, but that's okay. Thank you, Sam. Thank you, Tia. Uh, and Tia, if you can make a comment so I can try again with making you and hopefully I'll see it with making you a thing here. Thank you, Cash. Well, my grandmother's tenant, Stanley, who she's been having trouble with, move out of her house soon. Let's see. Mm. Listen, they do move out. Here's the thing I feel like it's gonna happen. The place is going to be a wreck. Okay. I feel like they move out and cause havoc, and I'm literally seeing a mess. I'm talking about like possible holes in walls, things missing, things broken, that type of energy, as if they, honestly, and it kind of feels like they did these things on purpose. Okay. It's not just from living there. The damage I'm seeing, I really feel like they did it on purpose. So just be aware of that. You're going to wind up being fine, but obviously there's going to be some sort of financial thing to having to go with fixing that. All right. Thank you, Sam. Is Hassan my person, Jess? I First of all, I feel like you think about this person a lot. No, no. I'm gonna be very honest. This feels like something that you're trying to will and manifest. But the energy that they are giving is very, nonchalant, like they don't care. Okay. I don't know that the feelings, I don't feel that the feelings are there from them. All right. I think it's something you really want to happen, but I'm feeling like very wishy-washy. I think this person is very wishy-washy. I don't think they're gonna really put in the effort. Thank you, Sam. Thank you so much. I don't feel like they're gonna put in the effort. Okay. Um, so yeah, this feels like a plaything. All right. So I don't feel like this is your person, baby. I'm sorry. Jamira, is Jafar my soulmate? Mm. Okay, Jameer, from a soul connection, absolutely. Okay, so not all soulmates are like the person you're meant to be with. This person is there to teach you a lesson. I actually feel like you guys wound up in a relationship for a decent amount of time. I'm talking about like a couple years. I do feel like there's a lot of struggle within the relationship, though. Okay, but that's because you're meant to learn a lesson from this person. They have a lot to teach you before the relationship ends, and I feel like it's going to teach you like one patience, but also there's something with arguing. This person really tests as much as you guys love. When things are good, things are great. When things aren't, they really aren't. And I feel like this person really tests and kind of pulls at your triggers. Okay. I feel like they trigger you, thank you, Queen Bee, into behaving in a way that you don't want to behave. All right. That's their purpose. They're gonna help you with your triggers. All right. They're gonna help you evolve. Do you see me in Colorado soon? Jasmine, give me 1 second. Thank you so much, AD. Let me, Chef, I'll let you know if I see you in Colorado soon. I am going to say I'm seeing hills. I don't know if that's Colorado. I am seeing hills, and I do want to pull first just to make sure I'm not imagining things and this is spirit, okay? Mm. You do wind up there. Again, the timing is off. Okay. There's a little bit of a fight here that you have to go through. And I feel like your cup, thank you so much, Lydia. I feel like when you do move, it's like the cup is empty. Something happens to make the move necessary. Okay. Thank you, Lydia. Thank you, Sarah. It's necessary. Like it gets to the point where you really, it's the best and only thing that you can do to start over. Okay. So there are things that have to happen and kind of go in place. And then, yes, you do move. But I think there's a couple things that still have to take place. It is for your good. You are meant to be there. Okay. Ashley, will I get a new job this month, please? Thank you so much, Louisiana. Mm, okay. So the job is that I need you to start looking in a different direction. Okay. Temperance comes up. So I do think you need to be patient, but I also think you're looking in the wrong space. You are downplaying your abilities. That's what I'm feeling. I don't even feel like you're supposed to be in whatever it is that you do. I don't even feel like you're supposed to be in that anymore. I think you need to maybe get with someone to write a resume, get online and start doing research. Thank you, Sarah. I want you to find things that your skills could still qualify for. And I need you to think of all your skills, okay? I need you to give yourself more credit than you're giving yourself. All right, that's what I need you to do. I need you to think of the way that you handle people, the way that you treat people, and I need you to work those things out into things that would help you in the workplace. Normal things that you do, habits that you have, I need you to figure out how that would help someone in the workplace. And I need you to rethink and give yourself more credit and apply for those type of roles. Okay. I feel like you're reaching too low, to be honest with you. I think you have a good head on your shoulders. Hi, Cassandra. Did we make the right decision in moving to a new city? Wait, is this my Cassandra? I think this might be my Cassandra. I have a friend named Cassandra. Oh, okay. I'm literally seeing the move. The chariot comes up, the devil comes up as well. I do not think this was the right. It doesn't feel like this was the right move, specifically for you, though. I want to be clear about that. This may have been the right move for someone else. Yes, this is not. This was not the right move for you. This actually feels like it was a time for you to kind of separate and go your own route, your own path. Okay. I mean that's fine. What was the reason for it? Yeah, you needed to go your own route and own path because there's somebody out there. It looks like that you needed to meet. Okay, the lovers comes up immediately. All right. So I just feel like you needed to be on your own path, which may be why things didn't fully work out. All right. Thank you, Kimberly. Jasmine, is it worth me giving Justin? Oh, started moving too fast. Sorry. Is it worth me giving Justin another chance to see if he wants this relationship? Let's see. No, no. You did the right thing. And you know what's funny? I feel like you did the right thing. I also feel like there's things that you still don't know about the situation, okay? When you say give him another chance, I think he's done more to the relationship than you actually realize. There's more here that is yet to be uncovered. And I do feel like you start to find things out, okay? So I want you to stay open with that. Don't be afraid to give your heart though to the next person that's coming. I don't want you to carry the feelings and the distrust, because this feels like I mistrust this person now. They gave you a reason to mistrust them. Don't carry that into the next relationship and look for signs, because I do feel like that's a good match for you. Okay. But you do wind up in a new relationship. I actually feel like you move on fairly quickly too. Yasmin, hi. Does F feel any guilt for ending our friendship? Thank you. Thank you, Lydia. Oh, yes, they do. Um, and they miss it too. I feel like you guys had a really good friendship. They enjoyed their time with you, and it's been a rocky road for them, to be honest. All right. I think they haven't been in a good place. I'm also seeing a lot of life. Thank you, Jade. A lot of life things I feel like have been happening with them. All right. And they do feel bad. I think they just didn't know which way to go. And I'm also feeling from them that you were requiring too much from them in that time because they were going through things that they weren't talking about. All right. And it felt like pressure and they didn't want that pressure. Okay. So they ended the friendship. They do feel bad about it though. Okay. Drea, does W know how much I miss him? Does he have a message for me? Oh, Drea. That feels like somebody that passed, Drea. Um, Drea, I think I can do it. I had a few readings today, so honestly, I'm a little tired, but I feel like I can. I actually feel like they already are coming through. I need proof that it's them, Drea. Okay, in order for me to move on and actually invite them in. Yeah, they did pass. Oh, okay. Drea, I need proof that they passed. So I'm gonna pull up the person that's here and tell you a little bit about them. I don't know if you've been in my live before, and I just need you to let me know if that is accurate and if that's them before I fully open the door. Okay. Um. Oh. Um. Okay, I don't know how they pass. I feel like I'm foaming at the mouth. All right, literally foaming at the mouth. And I'm gonna be honest, this feels like I'm about to have a seizure. So I don't know if this person used to have seizures. Okay. Literally foaming at the mouth. My body from the inside is like I'm not shaking here, but I literally might feel like my body is vibrating on the inside. That to me feels like a seizure. Okay. That may have been how this person passed or related to a health issue that they passed. So if you can let me know, Jaya, uh, if that is how this person passed, okay, or if this was something, it was unexpected, sick suddenly. Okay, did they have seizures? I don't even know if you're the person I'm reading. I thought it was Drea. Maybe you are Drea. Did they have seizures? This is a seizure. No. Okay. Then I'm not gonna pull this person up. Um, do me a favor. Message me. Okay. I can try again later. I had a lot of readings today. Um, and this again, still spirit is being very clear with me with this. This is a seizure. Okay, feels like they had a seizure. When you say suddenly, I don't know if you know the cause of death. All right, but I'm sticking with seizure because this person keeps telling me they passed a seizure. Okay, leukemia. Does leukemia make your body shake on the? And I'm so sorry for asking this. And mouth foam. That's what I'm feeling. All right, I'm gonna keep reading. Do me a favor and message me though. Okay. To me, it feels like a seizure. Will Elliot and Diane get back together? If yes, how soon? Mm-mm. No, I feel like there's a little bit of back and forth. Okay. Uh, because the change comes in. So I'm gonna be very honest. I feel like there's a little bit of back and forth, meaning they meet up a little bit, they're not together, but they get together, if that makes sense to you. I feel like that happens a couple times before it's finally over, but I do think it ends. Okay. But I do see them kind of going back and forth. Should my next move be out of, I think you meant out of town, out of state? I'm just gonna ask. Not yet, in time. And in time, you're going to be very specific. I feel like an opportunity is going to present itself. I do feel like spirit has been telling you needed a change, okay? And that's why you're asking the question. Slow down. That's what Spirit is saying. Slow down. It is not in this current moment. Spirit is preparing you because you're going to have an opportunity to do so. Okay. So an opportunity is going to come up. Okay. Will I get a job soon, Tawana? Mm, okay. You need to get out of your head around money. Okay. I don't know if you're looking for things that pay a certain amount. Okay. You need to get out of your head about that. This feels like something that you wind up taking less for, but you wind up rising quicker. Okay, I hope that makes sense. So you may have to take a little bit of a pay cut, but there is opportunity there for growth, and I do feel like you grow into another position where then you get that made up for. Okay, that's what I'm feeling. That's what I'm seeing. All right. So I think you're really worried about not you don't want to make less than what you've made before in the past. I get that. You want to maintain your value, but I need you to be open to taking less because there is opportunity for growth. And I do feel like the career here goes very well and you get into a new position. Thank you so much for the gift. Thank you, Sarah. Gorgeous. Will Jimmy and I be in a relationship? It's going to be very difficult. Okay. This person struggles with themselves. They have some trauma that they have not gotten over. And to me, honestly, this has to do with women or maybe mom. To be very honest, this is like mother issues. All right. It's been so it takes them a lot of strength to maintain their trust with women in general. Okay, I'm not sure what mother or mom may have done and that women have done, but I feel like I've been hurt by women a lot in the past, so I have a mistrust. Okay, he's gonna have to deal with that in order to be able to maintain a good, positive relationship. Okay, me please. Will I ever meet my person and get married in Louisiana? Yes, you do. Right now, Louisiana, I feel like you carry a lot on your plate. Okay. I don't know if you already have like children, I feel like you have a lot of responsibilities though. And I feel like you're responsible for a lot of other people. So I don't know if you're the oldest, but that's the energy it's giving. So even if you're not the oldest by age, I feel like you're the most mature. Okay. I feel like you take on the responsibility of taking care of a lot of people around you. I say this with love and grace. You're going to have to start cutting some of that off. All right. It's almost like you're so full, there's really no space, even though that's what you want, there's no space for anybody else. All right. I think emotionally, financially, you're showing up for so many people. There's really no space for somebody else to kind of come in and get the attention and get the care that they need. All right. So I want you to start setting boundaries. It's feel like you need to set boundaries with people. I think you're showing up for a lot of people in a lot of different ways, and I don't feel like they're showing up for you. Okay. Coco, am I currently pregnant or will I have another one soon? Coco. Hey, Coco, I need to feel this the way I feel energy. Um, uh, okay, Coco, I think you're currently pregnant. Okay. I wasn't sure about this card. It is literally like a child coming up. I think you're currently pregnant. Okay. You're welcome, Louisiana. Liz, does Ernest want to be with me? Yes. Yes, they do. They want to be with you, but it's like the energy around us is like, but I don't know how. Okay. I don't even mean in like I'm not good at this. It's like I don't know how to approach it. I don't know if you guys have been great friends, right? And you hang out a lot and there's never been really been a title. It's like I don't know how to transition into a relationship. That's the energy I'm feeling. But they do want to be with you. They just don't know how to transition it into that. Okay. Thank you, True Prophet. Shubi, I'm sorry, they haven't seen your question yet, or I'd answer it, baby. I'm sorry. Okay, and I do have to answer subscribers first, so I do look for them. Bianca, is my ex Quan upset with his current living condition? Yes, they want to move. They literally want to pick up their stuff and move. It feels uncomfortable to them. I feel like I'm not really settled. I feel like this really isn't my home. Like I can't really be myself. I feel like I'm walking on eggshells. Okay. So whatever this living situation is, they just feel uncomfortable. They don't feel like they belong there. Okay. They feel like they have to pretend or be something they're not. Like I don't want to leave the typical mess. I can't put my feet up like I want to. That's the energy around it. Okay. Okay, you're welcome. Thank you, princess. Those look so, that's so cute. Is my husband hiding things from me? Oh, oh, yes. And I'm gonna be very honest, just by the way I felt. This feels like this. It feels like a few things, but the biggest thing, uh, it felt like an illness. Okay, I don't feel good at all. I feel very dizzy. Something with the head. I don't, and it could be something. I'm gonna be very honest. It could be something as simple as they've been diagnosed with like depression, like my brain, my head, to as big as I've been diagnosed with um a terminal illness like in somewhere in the brain. Okay. But I got very dizzy, felt very sick. My head hurts. I have a really bad headache. Okay. As a matter of fact, I feel like that may be a clue. If he has a lot of headaches, there's something there. I feel like he may know what that is. Okay. And he may be hiding that from you. But it doesn't feel like it's coming from a bad place. Okay. He's trying to protect you. He doesn't want you to worry. Will I be a neurosurgeon, Skiva? Why are you laughing at that? Uh, no, I feel like you go in a different direction. I feel like that gets cut off, and then you look at your options, and then you move forward with something else. You move forward with something that's better for you for sure, because the Empress comes up, but that requires additional learning. Okay, possibly additional time in school. All right, but I don't think that was the thing. I think you actually changed. So if that is your current thing that you're doing, I do feel like you change and you start looking at your options and you change your mind. And whatever it is requires some sort of additional schooling because I see you studying, okay? Natural, thank you so much, naturally. What's my future? Should be better. Should if you could, for the purpose of the live, if you could just ask a more specific question, just makes it so much easier, okay? Is Lonnie cheating on me, Vicky Mills? Mm. With you, I'm gonna be honest. I feel like what you consider cheating, what they consider cheating is a little bit different. All right. I don't, from their perspective, no. This feels like more of a emotional. I would call this emotional cheating. Like I'm speaking to someone about a relationship that's of the opposite sex. Okay. I hope that makes sense. I'm talking about it all the time, or giving me advice, right? I'm letting this person in a little bit. And I actually think they're talking to them a little more than they talk to you, and how more than they share their emotions with you. I would consider that cheating. Okay. They do not consider that cheating. And I do feel like you may consider that on the cusp and possibly cheating. So from that perspective, spirit is saying yes. Okay. But it's not physical. It does not feel physical. But I will say, to me, I'm always like, that opens the door. You know what I mean? When you start sharing emotional things with people, I feel like it opens the door for more. So just keep that in mind. Okay. Could there be another little one joining our family? Oh, I hope so. Mm, okay. I feel this takes time. I do feel like it's been a fight. I'm going to tell you that. And if this is something that you want to happen, I do feel like something needs to change. You may have to get help. I don't know if you've had trouble in the past. You let me know in the comments, Queen, because I feel like I'm seeing like there may have been a little bit of trouble conceiving. Okay. This time around, and I feel like I need to say this time around for a reason. Okay. Um, so I want you to keep in mind. I feel like you're gonna need a little bit of outside help, like doctor help. Yes. Okay. There's a different. I want you to go to someone who maybe, I don't know if you've seen someone yet, but the person that is doing this feels like a little bit, their energy feels like a little bit more natural. So I feel like they're gonna go to natural remedies first, and then want to steer you in a different direction. Okay, but I do feel like there's something about rem, re- natural remedies that would help you. Okay, thank you, Kimberly. Yeah, so many miscarriages. I That's what I saw. And I'm very touchy with how I address that because it's very painful. But that's what I saw. I do think you need to get with someone. Um, okay, there's something wrong with the womb. Okay, I don't like saying that kind of stuff in a live, but there's something there, and I think you're gonna have to get help. But I do feel like there's a natural remedy somewhere for you. Okay. I'd have to go deeper in a personal, a personal reading or something, but I do feel like there's a natural remedy for you. Will I be able to keep my home, Chelsea? Mm, man, why are there's a lot of things trying to keep you from keeping your home. I'm gonna be honest with you. I feel like this has been such a fight, and you've done so much already to try to keep it together. And I feel like then this one other thing came up, and that was kind of like the thing, right? That kind of ends it. Um, oh, wait a second. I'm gonna be honest. Right when you think it's all over and it's not gonna work out, something good happens. I feel like there is money that is owed. I'm gonna be very honest with you. And I feel like, but you have to stay on the same path because I do feel like that can change. I feel like that there is money or something that is owed, something that has to be done. And right when you think it can't be done, it's done. All right. So I'm going to say yes, but the energy can't change. All right. Keep on the path that you're on. So if you've been fighting for it, don't stop. Keep fighting for it. Something happens. Your energy that you're putting into this will be responded to by spirit and you'll be rewarded. Okay. Hi. Will Owen I ever have convo for closure? Mm-mm. No, I'm going to be honest. You do not want to have that conversation. Okay. I feel like they may be very manipulative. The magician comes up. All right. This is somebody who knows how to say what they need to say. So I don't think you should have the conversation because the things that you have put down, you're going to pick back up. All right. So will you have the conversation? I hope not. I hope you don't. Will I get an offer for the job interview I interviewed for on Thursday? Mm. Okay. I'm feeling like there's a lot of back and forth with this for some reason. Okay. So maybe you do get an offer, but the offer isn't what you thought it was, and you kind of want to go back to the board and see if they can add something else, right? Like if they're willing to pay more, something like that. But I do feel like there's a little bit of back and forth. All right. I want you to be careful with the back and forth. All right. I feel like you could be getting it and something in that back and forth, either you're nitpicking, something like some of the, like a schedule. It's either a nitpicking of a schedule, something that to them is like a red flag. All right, so I want you to be careful about the things that you're not willing to do. All right, and be more open to taking the job if something feels like it changes their mind. All right. Is my great grandmother with me, and does she want to connect? She was my soulmate. I'm gonna pull cards for that right now, just because I don't feel like I'm in. Okay, now that I'm back from vacation, I'm doing readings daily. It takes a lot of energy for me to connect in that way, so I do apologize. So those are very hard for me right now to do in lives. I'm gonna pull cards on it and see what Spirit says. As speaking directly to your grandmother, that's gonna have to be a closed, like one-on-one session. All right, it's because I'm putting a lot. My energy is going back into the clients that are booking. All right. Yes, she is with you. All right. Um, Hmm. She's with you, and I also feel like she's taking witness of something that happened to you that wasn't great. So I don't know when she passed, but I feel like your life has been you've been going through turmoil. She does need to tell you that she's there for that. Okay, so I do want you to know she's there for that. But I feel like there's a lot of change, a lot of turmoil, a lot of things have not been going my way. All right, Sonia, are Darius and I getting together as a couple? Yes, but don't get in your head. I do. Yes, you do. I feel like this is you too. Don't get in your head. All right. Um, I feel like you may think this person has something else going on. Okay, there's a little bit of distrust there because I think it's because they're maybe being a little wishy-washy. Okay, it's not that. All right, so get out of your head. It does wind up turning into a relationship. I am feeling like they just take things slower than you are maybe used to. Okay. That's what I'm feeling. They take things a little slower than what you're used to. Is Gladys a good friend? Mm. Uh, yes, I do feel like they change a little bit, or they've changed. Maybe that's what I should say, because I feel like this energy feels like it's already passed. I do feel like they've changed a little bit. You know what's weird? Something's got a hold of them. I don't even, and it's hard to put this in words. It's like, mm. It's like something, it's like they're not themselves. All right. That's what I'm feeling. Like they're not themselves. They're not the person they used to be, but I feel like something's got a hold of them. I don't know if they went through something, but I'm going to be very honest. I feel like there's a little bit of an attachment here. Like something has attached themselves to them. All right. And they're not being who they used to be. I feel like their moods are swinging. Okay. That's what I'm feeling. All right. So, are they a good friend? They're a good friend, but they're going through something strange right now that has their moods all over the place. All right. And I do feel like there's an attachment there. All right. So I'm checking for subscribers. They do get priority. Making sure I didn't miss any. And then I do see you. Oh, before you go. Sorry. Oh, where are you? Does Q live with his baby mom? Oh. Uh, yes, I feel like he goes back and forth. This is like when he needs a place to stay. I feel like this is a connection, right? That they're always gonna have. Okay. I literally see him going back. He just goes back whenever he feels like he can or when it's necessary. I don't feel good to say lives with, to be honest. I feel like he stays the night, right? But I do feel like he has somewhere to else to lay his head. Okay, I hope that makes sense. That's another one. Well, okay, will I get an apartment? Well, we get an apartment of our own soon. You said I, but said our, so I'm assuming that you're moving with someone. You do. It's a little bit of a fight. I feel like there's a lot of people looking for apartments right now in your area. Because I do feel like it takes a little bit of time, it's a little bit of a fight. Okay. But you do. I see you signing a contract. I'm gonna be honest too. I'm being giving like 3 months, around the 3 month mark. All right. I'm gonna stick with 3 months because something is like maybe 3 weeks now. I'm sticking with three months. Okay. So somewhere within the 3 month mark. Okay. Is Lewis the one from me, Tange? Mm. I don't, they are carrying a lot right now. Okay. So that's what I'm gonna say. Um, it takes time. There's some back and forth. I don't think this is your person. No. Okay. That's how I'm taking the question. If this is your person, no, I don't think that's your person. I am getting a feeling that it's fine to be in a relationship with them, right? So if you want to spend time with them, there's nothing wrong with that, obviously. But is this your person? No, this is not your person. Okay. Okay. Amber's financial relief coming. Mm. Amber, it's coming, but oh babe, I'm trying to figure out a good way to say this. I feel like your decisions are the cause of some of this, okay? How you are spending, how you are sharing, um, and I feel like there may have been a major decision. I'm gonna see you signing a contract or like you're taking on things, financial burdens that you don't necessarily have to take on that are more than what you should and more than what you can. Okay. And if you want a long lasting change, and then I literally hear spirits telling me, like, I don't think anyone showed you how to deal with finances, and as part of it, you're trying to get that together. You are going to have to get that together. I'm going to highly suggest find yourself someone who can kind of teach you, guide you, those type of things. So I'm feeling like that's a problem, and I do feel like it continues to be an ongoing problem because of that. All right, my love. But that's the biggest thing. I do feel like you may have taken on something too that made it harder. Car, it could be something like a car payment. You get what I'm saying? Like that type of thing. All right. Is he coming back to me? Thank you, MS. Is he coming back to me, or should I move on? Mm, okay. I'm gonna say he's coming back to me. I think he always comes back to you. Okay. That I feel like you're home. All right. I don't know how long you guys have been together, but I feel most comfortable to you. I feel at home with you. I feel like I can be myself around you. That's what I'm feeling. So I do feel like they always come back, but it's still going to be the same issues. All right. I see things going wrong again. And then there's a want and a need for change here. I try, but it doesn't happen. All right. This person is trying, though. I will tell you that they're trying. They really are. Okay. Will I get back with my ex? Mm. They do come back. I'm gonna tell you that they come back. Um, oh, wait a minute. It doesn't feel great at first. I actually think it's meant to be though. Like it's meant to be that way. All right. It doesn't feel great at first. And then I think um something is signed, like something is done. It helps you, thank you, CK. It helps you learn to reflect. even better. I hope that makes sense. Like your ability to reflect and also listen to your intuition, because spirit is telling me that you are gifted. Your ability to reflect and utilize your intuition gets better in that relationship. Okay. So it's something that's needed for you. Will our paths cross again? Sandra Conley. No. Oh, wait. Yes. They pass much later. This was like much later in life. Okay, they do pass again, and you're in a very different place when they do. All right, so I feel like when paths cross again, you're like a whole nother person. I feel like the things that have happened to you during that time when they see you, it's almost like, oh wow, like I feel like you're doing better, healthier, you look great, okay? Like and that's when whoever this person is like, oh wow, like they like whatever happened, I feel like it does the body good. Okay? Like you look fantastic, feel fantastic. So when they do see you again, it's like, damn, they look great. Like I really messed that up. That's the energy I'm getting, okay? Sorry, just a real quick check for subscribers. Who does Sally why does Sally dislike me? Mm. They don't like how things kind of work out for you, even when things go bad, honestly. Also, I don't think you look like what you've been through. So there's a sense here as if like I feel like things are easy for you. Okay? That's the energy. And I don't like that. Um, I also think the way you carry yourself is like as if you know how you see somebody who really grew up in like not the best area, not that didn't have much, but they've gotten to a place financially, physically, where you would think they grew up and like, had a great family, had great finance. Like is they view you like that. They view you, they don't know the things that you've been through, and it feels like they just kind of assume that life has been good to you. That's what it feels like. And I don't like that because I feel like they're just honestly not in a good place. And it's they have the energy of somebody who's like always jealous of everybody. Like the person that's like, ew, see, men always choose that type of girl. Never girls like me, like that, that type of energy, like jealous of like anybody who looks like they have things that they don't. Okay. Just be careful with that energy. Because it's not about you. It's really about them. Is there anything I can do to help heal? Oh, it moves so fast. I'm so sorry. Is there anything I can do to help heal my marriage towards the reconciliation? Mm, okay. Um, you would have to rethink the relationship and what you're willing to deal with. Okay. What I mean by that, like you'd have to move into like Will Smith and Jada Pinkett energy. I hope you understand what that means. Okay. Whereas like we're life partners and they both kind of get to do whatever they do. All right. And they're free to get into, what she call a situationship, something like that. You're free to get into those type of, you would have to fully rethink the how you view and kind of what you want out of it. And then yes, it actually could work. All right. When will I get a job offer from MSC, Nikki? Oh, soon. Something's happening in the background over there. Okay. I feel like, just so you know, I don't know who's in charge of giving like the hiring process, but I do feel like maybe multiple people were interviewing and they have multiple candidates who are a good fit. And there's like arguments taking place. Okay. I feel like people are fighting for who they believe the right person is. Okay. So you'll know once that resolved. Right now, though, the energy is that you look like the best. I also think the person that's fighting for you, that wants it to be you, is doing a really good job with presenting the reasons why it should be you. Okay. Marlo, am I my aunt reincarnated? No. You're not your aunt directly reincarnated, but you and your aunt have soul ties, meaning that person has been. something to you in another life. Okay, I hope that makes sense. Like she could have been your child in another life. Okay, you are not them though. They are a different person, but you guys have shared lives together over and over and over again. They have showed up as something in your life. So you guys are soul tied. Okay, you're experiencing some of the same things too. Shay, is my dad proud of me? Yes, of course. Absolutely. Um, he's very proud. I'm also gonna say, mm, there's like a sense like he needs you to know there's something that happened, and I feel like it's a part of the reason you're asking the question. Okay, I think something fairly bad happened to you, and you had to make a very difficult decision. He was there, and he did help to guide you through that decision. So he needs you to know that that was him, and he is there. Okay, we'll see you marry me in the future. Oh. So I'm going to be very honest. I feel like right now they're in their head. They're really just trying to get their money correct. And I think that is partially their focus. It does show that you guys get married. I am going to be honest. Something within the marriage, though, um, is off. Okay. So just note that. Not a bad thing. You may need to go through this. I actually feel like this person moves fairly quickly as well. All right. I don't know how long the relationship has been. It doesn't feel that long to me. All right. But it does look like they want to go into a relationship. And I'm gonna be. I don't know if this person is in the military. Okay, it's giving me military person because I'm in the military. I'm gonna be, and a lot of my friends are military people. Move fast. We move very fast, and it has that same energy. Okay. Thank you, Shanika. Coco, is my mom proud of me? I miss her so much, Coco. Coco, I'm pulling cards for these. I'm not speaking directly to them. Okay, and I am trying to feel the energy around me. Um, if you would like a mediumship reading, I would have to you'd have to book a session. Just because I'm doing a lot of sessions again now that I'm not on vacation. So honestly, I'm coming on live a little drained. Okay, I apologize for that, but I do know kind of like my threshold now at this point. Of course, she's proud of you. And she is so fun. I'm gonna be honest. I feel a little bit of her energy. I'm trying not to let her come through because I don't want to feel anything too deeply, to be honest. But it was funny is like I don't know if you're dating right now, you have relationships, but she's kind of laughing at that. Okay. Okay. There's like an energy around us, and it's like, okay, I see you. Like that type of thing where you have options. All right. I feel like you may have a few options in the romance area. And she's I feel like laughing, I'm giggling. But yeah, she's proud of you. And she I know that you miss her, but she is there with you, okay? Will I get a promotion this year from my job? Yes. I see you moving. Yes, you do. I see you moving up the ladder. There's also a male energy that I think that's kind of taking you under his wing because that's the emperor. That's the person kind of fighting for you. So they want that for you and they're trying for that. So I do believe that you're going to get it, okay? And I do believe it's going to be this year. Sometimes the energy feels later. This feels like it's gonna be fairly soon, okay? Thank you, Dee. Okay, guys, it is about 10:30. I am going to answer about three more, okay? And then I do have to get to bed because I actually have a very booked day tomorrow as well. Okay, so I just want to make sure I'm prepared for those guys. Sade, will I find love soon? So it may be Sade. I apologize if I pronounced that. Yes, you do. You absolutely do. I do feel like it's been a little bit of a rough, rocky road. Okay, and I'm gonna tell you, when you find love, you need to cut off. Um, you need to cut off your exes fully, 100%. Okay. Because that could be a deal breaker for them. All right. So I'm going to tell you that now. Anybody you're keeping around as friends, that type of thing, let it go. Fully move on. Okay. You don't need to, you don't owe anyone being nice to them and picking up the phone when they call and following them on Facebook. Block them, all your exes, block them, get rid of them, and give this person your full attention. Okay. I do feel like that's a deal breaker for them. All right. What does the future have in store for me? I mean, you have very good things. I think you worry too much. I'm not saying that just because you asked the question. You worry a lot about money, about love, about paths. Like if I feel like you're constantly judging whether you're making the right decision. I want you to let go a little bit, okay? Just a little bit. It's one of those like let go and let God. All right. I do feel like you are, I'm gonna say like trying to overcome some things in your past. It's almost like I don't want to be my parents. I want a better life than you get what I'm saying? I want a better life than they were able to provide for myself. I am getting that energy. So I understand where it's coming from, but I want you to let go just a little bit. You're really, really hard on yourself. All right. You're really hard on yourself. And it's causing a lot of things to start to misalign. Okay. I want you to give yourself some grace. You're making great decisions. And the fact that you're even thinking about trying to be better already shows that you are better, okay, than what you came from. Is my health being spiritually attacked? Butterkiss love. Thank you for subscribing, by the way. Mm, yes, it is. Um, and I don't feel like this person knows fully what they are doing. Okay. Um, Yes, it is. I'm gonna be honest. We would need a little bit of time in order for me to get down to who this is and why they're doing it. Okay, but yes, I do feel that. And it's like a hate energy. Okay, I do feel like this person is tied to you by another person. That's as much as I'm gonna be able to say. This person is tied to you by another person. Okay, and I do feel like you know who this person is. Like you felt that it's them, and it is. Okay. Will Dwayne and I be together in the future? Mm. Um, mm. This feels like it has many paths. Okay. And I'm gonna be without knowing the situation, obviously, I don't know why, but it has many paths. And it's almost like it really depends on the choices that are made. Okay. I also feel like this person, I don't know if this person has kids, okay, with someone else. I feel like they have other commitments. That's what I'm feeling. They have other commitments, and it really depends on how they handle those commitments. If they're even going to be able to be in a relationship. All right. I hope that makes sense. Um, yeah, they need to handle those other commitments. Okay. Last one. I'm gonna make sure I don't have someone. Thank you so much, D, for subscribing. All right. Will I ever meet my father? Mm. This energy feels familiar to me. I don't know if I've answered this question for you before. I do feel like you meet them, okay, but I feel like you meet them towards the end. All right. Um, I do. I feel like you meet them towards the end. All right, where they're not doing too well. All right, but you do meet them. All right. So I need you to know that you do meet them. All right. Hi, Rebecca. All right, guys, that was my last one. Listen, thank you guys for joining in. Just as a couple reminders, okay? If you are subscribed, you get priority in these chats. I'm also having a second tier of subscribers. They get subscribers also get their own live once a week with just them. All right, so it's a better opportunity for you to get your questions answered for free. If you're looking to book a longer session, I have sessions as short as 15 minutes. Okay, you can book. The link is in my bio, is the first link to book a session. So if you like a private one-on-one session, feel free to book. The biggest difference there is I am only feeling your energy. There's not a bunch of other energy in the room, not a bunch of spirits here that are trying to show up for everyone that's in the room. Okay. So it honestly helps me tune in better to you. So honestly, the questions and the way that I'm able to serve you is heightened, to be honest. I had great readings today. They felt really good, and I think they went really well. And I give you next steps. All right. My goal is to help you better your situation. I don't just, even in the lowest one I have, which is 15 minutes, you're walking away with things that you can do to better your situation. You're walking away with clarity and you're walking away with guidance and next steps, all right? No matter how short your booking. So I need you to know that as well. So I love you guys. I will try to go live again tomorrow. So please give me a follow so you know. Click on the little button so you get notified when I'm live. I will be live tomorrow, Butterkiss. Okay. Most of my morning is booked. I'm going to be very honest with you. I don't think I'm booked from 10. A lot of 15-minute sessions, and I think till about 1 to 2 o'clock. So I will be going live. To be honest, probably later in the evening. So maybe 5 or 6 o'clock. Okay. But I will be live again. I love you guys so much. If you're on here and I was able to serve you in a private reading today, again, thank you so much. I really enjoyed those readings. I love connecting with people. All right. And I will see you guys next time. All right. Kisses. Love you. Bye.